If fashion is your thing, eBay is it. eBay's where I find all my favorites, from handbags to iconic streetwear, all authenticated. For real. This time, a little Supreme, some Gucci. I even have that vintage Prada on my watch list. That's why eBay's my go-to for all my go-tos. Yeah, eBay. The place for new, pre-loved, vintage, and rare fashion. eBay. Things people love.
We're not against rap. We're not against rappers. But we are against those.
Something big about to happen. I hear the beat tapping. We some fly rhyming felines rapping on the track. Better yet, grab a gat, cause we hot like Enzo. Doors closed, windows up, cause that's the way we like to ride. Windy City hitting. Check mic 1 2 1 2. We live, baby.
Yo, 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 what's up, Chicago? And welcome back to episode 531, season 14 of Speak Your Mind Radio. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Queen Star, aka Mzhiphop. And today, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, we got some special dope guests in the house tonight. I just want to start off by saying thank y'all for coming on the show and responding to my invitation. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Appreciate you reaching out, you know. One of them times it's good to slide in the DM, you know.
For sure. Y'all, hailing all the way from the DMV area, we have the hip hop duo brothers, y'all. DJ Shane and AJ Backwards. So throwback, AJ Throwback.
It was something with a back in it.
Exactly. Okay, y'all. I just want to say here at Speak Your Mind Radio, we do a traditional icebreaker question for all the artists. So y'all ready?
Oh
Yeah.
Okay. Fellas, how do you take your coffee in the morning?
Shane, you want to go first?
Of course. So, first of all, I take my coffee from 7-Eleven. You know, people sleep on 7-Eleven coffee. Bougie coffee drinkers just go to Starbucks. Starbucks is good, but, you know, I stop at the 7-Eleven and I'm a hazelnut guy. So, I try to do a nice strong brew, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's like you don't want no just light brew. So I give me a nice little Colombian mix, add a little hazelnut cream, and then I go with my hazelnut syrup, and I'm good to go.
Okay, I like that. I'm a hazelnut girl myself, so
All right.
Yeah, so for me, it depends on the morning. Most mornings, I like some cream in it, but you know, I'm vegan, so I have to do like almond milk or oat milk or something like that. A little bit of sugar because I don't like my coffee too sweet. I like it sweet enough to, you know, so it's not completely just bitter. But then there's other mornings when I just like it black, you know, like the black of the berry, you know, or the black of the bean in this case.
I will say I've dabbled in lately mushroom coffee.
Yes, indeed. Mushroom coffee, like Rise specifically. Now granted, they're not paying us, but Rise coffee is probably like some of the best mushroom coffee out there, and Think coffee is good too.
Okay, yeah, I'm rocking with the Rise right now too. So. Yeah.
All right, that sound good. Vegans in the house. You know, whoever's a vegan out there, shout out. You know. Okay, so I need to know something from you guys. How did the group, the Architects, originate? Like from the name down to the story. Ooh.
All right.
You got a front on the case.
So how we started? Actually, it started from shout out our brother ADST, linking us up. At the time, I had released a single. And AJ had me on this podcast, and, you know, it just seemed like we've been rocking ever since, you know, so we done did radio shows together, we done did, countless tracks together on, you know, both of our projects, and, you know, I kind of had a little rough, I would say 2023, where I just kind of I released the project, and in 2024 I kind of just stepped away from the music and DJing, just to get my mind right. So I wanted to fall back in love with hip hop, and I said if I do it, I want to come back and do it just a little bit different, and had the idea of you know forming a group with my brother. And the first thing I thought about is how we always are building, no matter what, whether we doing radio, we doing podcasts, we doing music, we doing events, we always building. So it's like, nothing more better than call ourselves the architect, and I wanted the thing about it was to find someone who was aligned in sync with me. Every time I collaborated with my brother, it's never a competition thing. If he's releasing something, I'm giving it the same energy as me. He's doing the same thing. So, I said, shot him a text and said, "Hey, bro, what you think about this?" And as quick as I sent it, he sent it back like, "Hey, let's go." So we just been building, rocking. So, still working on the project. It's just we I know I'm excited about it, just to gather the music concepts, and it really made me fall back in love with hip hop again.
Yeah, for me, like, first and foremost, for Shane to reach out to me and want to be in a duo together, like, I was honored, because like every time we've gotten together, like, Shane always pulls the best out of me lyrically, and his ear for beats is second to none as far as I'm concerned. Like, Shane always picks great beats. Like the beats he been sending me for this project, like, I'm like, bro, why you be finding these beats, man? Like, his ear, like, I mean, whether it's his project, whether it's for our project, any project he's been a part of, like, he just knows how to curate like nobody else, and he's really helping to do the same thing for this particular project. And then the concepts that he comes with, I'm very much driven off of concepts, no matter what I'm doing, whether it's solo, whether it's as a duo, whether I'm a feature, no matter what. Like, I'm big on concepts. If you give me a concept, I can run with it. And like, Shane is like, he's a master of finding great beats. He's a master of like putting together concepts. And it's easy working with him, because we're brothers, like, off the mic. But when we get on the mic, that camaraderie that we have, it just amplifies even more. So, like I said, like, I'm just honored to be in a group with Shane. Like, that's my dog right there.
That's what's up. I'm honored to have y'all on the podcast.
Thank you,
Shane. Now, if your brother is telling me the truth, then I'm gonna say this: you picked out the beat for Cream, the track Cream, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It's impeccable. I'm not even playing. Like, I'm gonna jump straight into the music. How I feel about that song is literally my wake up call. It's my theme song of the morning. I have my coffee back to back listening to Cream on repeat, and I'm not even playing with y'all.
That's good. That's good. That means it's working.
Most definitely working. So I gotta ask y'all, who is that fire poet on the track at the end of the song?
Yeah, shout out our girl. Her name is Cookie B.
Yes,
she
indeed.
is. Yeah, she's dope. First shout out our brother Focus on the hook, and Cookie B. She just came on at the end. And really, it's kind of how the song is. We as men, we added our coffee, and she just came with that cream at the end just to smooth it out. And I kind of picked this up for AJ. Anytime. So it kind of gives a woman an insight of how us men appreciates them. I always like to add the woman's perspective as well. So as we giving our perspective as men, she adds her thing where she's talking to the brothers as well as acknowledging how it is to fill in that gap as a woman.
Definitely. And for me, that was a nice blend of the song, because you got coffee shops with coffee houses. I mean, poetry, they go hand in hand, and exemplifying the love of a Black woman. And I don't know, I just love it. It's beautiful.
I appreciate that. Yeah. I think it's important. I almost look at Music for me is life. So I look at it like good food. You know what I'm saying? You know how, of course, how they are on IG when they taste something, they're like, you know what I'm saying? When you get that same face when you listen to music because it's good to digest, it tastes good. When it first hit your palate, when you hit play, within that first 10 seconds, sometimes like this is it. So when I want music to hit a person's palate, I want them to, to feel it. So, and goal as the architect is to give you that feeling of the blueprint of hip hop, of restore that feeling of how you felt when you first fell in love with hip hop, and also like AJ said, to create subject matters and songs where we have concepts. To me, I love art, and I feel like this is one of them songs like art. It's so many different layers and perspective that you can get from it once you hear it. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and like I said, when it all came together, it was like, yeah, this is it.
Yeah, and what I appreciate about a track like Cream is you have four different voices on it, and everybody brings a different kind of energy. They bring a different kind of perspective and a different approach to it. Like the fact that Shane approaches it the way that he approaches, like he just set it off because he had already recorded his verse. And then I heard it, I was like, man, Shane said this song all perfectly. You know what I mean? And then, when we added our brother Focus to the mix, like his voice just really like amplified it. And then once Cookie B came on it, like her slant on it, adding the feminine touch to it, like it just did something different that, three masculine voices couldn't have really accomplished on its own. You kind of sort of needed that to really soften up the coffee, to add that cream to it.
Okay, a period. And not only was y'all adding y'all little unique style on it from paying homage to Wu-Tang and Cream,
Mhm.
it just, I don't know, it's just a awesome beat, an awesome concept. I'm a coffee girl, so I let my friends listen to the music. They loved it, and now I'm sharing it with Speak Your Mind audience, and they're gonna love it too. You know what I'm saying? So tell us when it drops and what project is it coming from?
Okay, so it's gonna drop on Tuesday, December the 4th. I mean, December, February 4th. So this upcoming Tuesday is gonna drop, which is also I just believe in moving intentionally. So it dropping on the Tuesday is intentions because we wanted to take it back to the blueprints to where you used to get new music on Tuesdays. So we're dropping it on the Tuesday. It's gonna be on all streaming platforms. It's gonna be on Bandcamp. So we just gonna have make sure it gets everywhere, and it's going to be from our upcoming project, which is called Famous Nobodies, which is slated a little later on in the year while we go ahead and cook up.
All right, famous nobodies. I kind of like that name. How did you come up?
I just felt like one, I love duality. So, it's famous and as well as being a nobody, because we all are famous within our own right. But within a bigger world, we may just be just a regular person and all within this moving peg of the world is just circling around. So I was like, man, I kind of like that famous nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because the people that know us, we're famous to them, but our new listeners, we might be nobody to them, but one day we'll be just as famous to them as well.
Hmm. Yeah.
I like that. That's dope as hell. So I will be interested in knowing which platforms you guys use to drop famous nobodies.
Well, we use most of the streaming platinum as well as Bandcamp. We've been brainstorming because, of course, nowadays there's so many different avenues to get music, and independent music. So like I said, it'll be on all of the whether it's Tidal, Apple, Spotify. Um, you know, you know, but
Yeah.
as well as Bandcamp, where they'll be able to get it from us straight from consumer, as
Yeah.
well as we'll be brainstorming on like um I always believe, like I said, in collaborations. And one thing is putting people in the right place to win. And when it comes to like marketing and as well as merch and all that kind of stuff, like I have my own little niche with it, but my guy AJ, when it comes to merch, he's in that bag, because he just released a project. What he kind of did like an old dude to the '80s and '90s R&B, and I mean the way that my brother rolled it out, I was like, okay, yeah, yeah. So we'll be having some merch, and just different ways to engage with the audience. So whether we're performing, whether we're dropping videos, whether we're dropping art concepts, we just want to really bring the essence back to hip hop to where, the architects of the game. We're gonna roll out these blueprints.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
yeah.
That's perfect because you always talk about the blueprint and the architects of it. Like, the song by itself is wonderful because it reminded me of what's that album? Lupe Fiasco's oh shoot, Liquor and Food
Food
and
and liquor. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
back the memories of that. And I'm like, yo, this is so dope to me. You know what I'm saying? So my next question, last but not least, are you guys thinking about brainstorming a video for the Queens for Cream?
Mm, yeah, that would be a great thing to do, especially because, a lot of times with the visual, it just magnifies what you hear in the audio realm. And I think a lot of times, like especially for women and black women specifically, like I think to have a visual that kind of amplifies that, especially during a time like, these times right now, it's, especially when, women don't, our sisters on a 92% tip is like, look, this for the 92% right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we need to give y'all every bit of like, what's the word, what I'm looking for? Edification, and just really just support and letting you know like, hey, we recognize you. Even if you haven't found your coffee, you somebody's cream. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
wow. Oh, yeah, this is so cool. I love it. I love it. Well, brothers, literally brothers, thank you for stopping by Speak Your Mind Radio. I really appreciate your time and your energy, especially. And just to leave you with some last words, keep on grinding because yo, the song needs to be on the radio. I listen to songs all day, every day, and I don't just say that to just to be saying it. The production is smooth, is it's blended like on 10. You know what I'm saying? So keep pushing for sure.
Thank you so
Appreciate that.
much. We
Appreciate that.
appreciate you for having us.
Yeah. Shout out Chicago, man. Me and my
Yeah.
wife we was in Chicago in September for the Taste of Chicago. And I would say, y'all, hey, Chicago owed us nothing. Like, yeah, Chicago really put on. From, of course, we had to get the deep dish pizza. But I don't know what had the concept, but y'all have these Italian beef sandwiches.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness. Oh, if them sandwiches are sexy, if I can say that. Like, man, because of course we had watched this show called The Bear. So when we came out, they was like, "Oh yeah, we definitely got to try it." And Chicago was just like, it was just a vibe. It was just a vibe. So, I always been in this, like Common. He's definitely like in my top 10. From like Bump J to LEP Bogus Boys, like Chicago is always like just have that that culture to it.
Hmm. Yeah, that's soul.
Yeah.
Chicago's one of them cities that's just like, I mean, it's like Chicago, Detroit, Philly,
Yeah.
DC, of course, like just certain cities that just embody soul. And like, yeah, I know for me, Chicago, I've never been to Chicago, but from a cultural perspective, like whether you're talking the arts, whether you're talking food, like Chicago definitely puts on.
Oh, most
Hmm.
definitely, most definitely. Thank you for shouting out the city. Plenty of listeners from Chi-Town's gonna be tuning in to y'all, I guaranteed. And yeah, and speaking of listeners, thank you guys for listening and being avid listeners to Speak Your Mind Radio for 5+ years. I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart. And don't forget to check out The Architects, the track Cream. Okay, it's coming out February 4th. That's on a Tuesday. It's going up on Tuesday. Make sure you check all your streaming platforms: iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon Music, Apple Music, wherever you get your music fix. Speak Your Mind Radio and Cream will be there.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Once again, thanks for having us. And it's cool to get, different regions, different perspective on, on our music because we address it like artists. You know, we take that blank canvas and just get the paint.
Absolutely. Yeah.
For sure. Thank you all again, and see you next week. Speaking My Radio Chicago. Bye.